Welcome to this holiday edition of the Spy Collection. My name is Anastasios, and just like every December, we'll close out this year with a few spy artifacts related to this time of the year. And one of them is this. From the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO, of the United States of America, an agency also known as the nation's eyes and ears in space. For anyone unfamiliar, the NRO is one of the most secretive spy agencies of the US intelligence community, and for a good reason. They are the ones that design, build, operate and maintain the spy satellites that all other agencies are using. So, even from the intelligence community perspective, they are hidden behind other agencies that are using the NRO's spy satellites to complete their missions. And just like the rest of the US intelligence agencies, NRO also has the tradition of releasing ornaments at the end of each year. Those are available in the agency's headquarters for a reasonable price, but they are also common collector items in the espionage world. They are typically coming with a stand like this, and sometimes with a description card too. Let's read it. The NRO designs, builds and operates US reconnaissance satellites to ensure that the nation possesses the technology and spaceborne assets needed to gather intelligence worldwide. The NRO manages the research, development, acquisition and operation of US spy satellites. It exercises cradle-to-grave responsibility for them. NRO gathered intelligence is used to monitor arms control agreements, to support indication and warnings requirements, and to help plan and conduct military operations. Quick stop here. For those not familiar, the Arms Control Agreements Monitoring is sometimes called in the US as NTM, or National Technical Means of Verification. What it practically means is using both imagery as well as other ways such as measuring emissions, movements, developments, and so on to ensure that all nations are adhering to the agreed international treaties. Apparently, the primary scope is nuclear weapons proliferation, but it includes more things too. Next, the IW is more generic. In summary, Intel analysts can conclude that for a certain event to happen, let's say an armed conflict between two countries or overthrowing a regime, there are specific indications that will take place. That could be anything from movement of forces to changes in patterns of communication, restricting specific areas, and so on. All of that falls under the category IW, and spy satellites play a key role in intelligence gathering for those cases. Okay, back to the card. NRO satellites also gather information on the environment and natural disasters. This is quite self-explanatory, so let's continue. NRO customers include intelligence agencies like the CIA and DIA, the National Command Authority, and combat units deployed in the field or at sea. The NRO is an agency of the Department of Defense whose Secretary, SecDef, exercises responsibility for its management. The Director of Central Intelligence, DCI, establishes NRO collection priorities and targeting requirements. The CIA and DoD are longtime partners in operating, supporting, and overseeing the NRO. And after this quick introduction into the NRO, its purpose and objectives, here is the ornament. Literally, it's NRO's seal. Actually, in NRO's website, we can find a good idea on the history and meaning of this seal. It says, the NRO was established on September 6, 1961, as a covert agency with a mission to manage satellite and overflight reconnaissance projects. The DoD publicly acknowledged the existence of the NRO on September 18, 1992, and the NRO adopted its official organizational seal 2 years later, in 1994. The origins of the seal's design are not entirely clear. It had appeared in several iterations, yet each variant featured the common element of a satellite orbiting a globe. This official design shows a globe of the Earth set against a white, disc-shaped background and revolved to a position where a blue Atlantic Ocean is visible in the center, bordered on the left by the green land masses of North and South America, and on the right by Europe and Africa. The red sphere, representing a satellite, orbits the globe following a flight path of white trimmed with red. Around the outside of the white disk are the words National Reconnaissance Office and United States of America, cast in yellow on a blue disk rimmed with gold. Actually, in 2018, NRO published a quite detailed report answering this question. We'll leave a link in the description in case you want to study it. And this was our today's artifact, an ornament from one of the most secretive spy agencies of the United States, which for literally 31 years wasn't even known to the people outside of the spy world. And to close off this episode, we'll include a video that the NRO published on July 18th, 2023.
People have always thought that big ideas were impossible until we made them come true. Finding new ways to innovate, helping humanity prepare for the unpredictable on the planet we call home. We see from the perspective of stars. And push beyond to keep the world safe.
Remember that nothing is as it seems.